And good morning. We're here live with Lana Duncan Hartgraves, your master psychic for the day. And this is a special day, special time. I know a lot of you are used to seeing Lana here on Saturdays at 9:30. Well, it's 9:30 on a good Friday. So we've got good vibrations. We've got good predictions coming. Well, I'm going to.
Well, that's all great.
Well, we've got predictions, and they're coming from Lana, so that's good in and of itself. So we're really excited for that. Lana, thank you so much for being with us here today. I sincerely and truly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Kind of figured out I'm throwing everybody for a loop, so I probably won't have that many watchers, and that is okay because we're going to tape this and play this tomorrow at 9:30. Yep. So I got in here early. Pete can't be here tomorrow, so I had nobody that. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to. And you're so kind to help and do this because I actually have to go do some stuff for the chamber and an event that the United Way is doing tomorrow. So thank you so much.
Not a problem, my dear. I had off, and I just got back from. I was talking about my trip from hell. Anyway, I went on vacation, and COVID just spoiled everything. So I was a little cranky earlier, and he's like, "That's not like you." I'm like, "Yeah, well, I get cranky too. I mean, but I'm better. I'm better now. I got it all out of my system now, so I'm good though." So anyway, but so what I want to do today is I'm looking for new content. I'm gonna be honest on my YouTube. I do tarot readings like weekly, finance and career or general, and I do them monthly. And I put them on my YouTube, and then I put this on YouTube too because that's where I'm at right now. But I went to sleep a few nights ago and I said, okay, God, give me an idea, give me some material to put on my station, to put on my YouTube, my Facebook, everything. I woke up and started writing predictions. And they don't come from me. I'm channeling them. So if anybody knows, I don't know if you guys know, but my Kent has a board he keeps of my predictions. And then when they come true, he marks them off.
I've got one for you too.
Yes.
Yeah, because one came true that you gave to me.
Yes.
Over one of your shows when I typed in when Kent was producing when I was off. And danged if you were not dead on.
Oh, good. Thank you. It makes me feel good. I mean, I know I'm not 100%. I think a lot of people think that you're 100%. That it's impossible to be 100%.
And here's the thing. You did not give me the answer that I wanted, but you gave the right answer.
Okay.
Because of what came to pass was exactly true. And it was what my wife was looking for.
Oh, okay.
So I'll share that with you later on.
Okay. Yeah. And that's okay. So, and by the way, if you guys do call me for readings and this week, okay. So this week I've got lots of openings. So give me a call. I'm 20% off. Oh, ooh, this is a nice surprise. Thanks, Emma. I am 20% off. So you're saving $15 to $25 or something like that. For the month of April. Every once I have a special. So I have a special this month. But I got a lot of openings because I blocked my time during vacation off. So I've actually got 2 house clearings this week and like 5 readings from Friday to Sunday. Now, anybody that knew the week before I left for vacation, in 4 days, I did 35 to 40 readings.
Holy cow.
And I was exhausted. That was probably why too. I told them I've been cranky lately. So it takes a lot of energy. You guys don't realize it, Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some of these predictions and then add to the other predictions that I've shared over the past. So a lot of my predictions before I started this podcast, I was putting on my Facebook. So if you're a Facebook follower, you're going to see things like I said that we would have shots before the end of the year. It's stuff like that. And then, and I'm not perfect. I'm not 100%. Like I said, 100, you cannot be 100% as a psychic because it's free will. Even I could be about 90%. From what I'm told, I'm between 85 and 90% accurate. So I'm not I can't be 100%.
Good.
So, well, one of my predictions is I thought the Queen of England would pass and in April of last year. And so who knows? Time is hard though. Time, if you understand time is fleeting, you know. I'm good with numbers though. Like people ask me, well, how much do you think I'm going to owe? And I'll say 4,600 and it'll be like 45.98 or something. The numbers are good. My sister-in-law just sold her house just like I told her for the exact same price I told her because she was in shock. So I was like, I just repeat what you guys, but I'm told, okay, so that you understand. Now, I was in New Orleans. Okay, I have one of my best friends. Well, my best friend of all time is in, and she's going to be moving back up here. And she was going to during COVID and didn't, but she's in New Orleans. So I was down there for about 5 days, and I went to all these haunted voodoo places. And I'm telling you, I had an entity try to follow me.
Really?
Yes, when I was at Marie Laveau's gravesite, there was, and it I don't believe in demons, guys. This is me. I don't believe in them. I believe that there's evil in the world though. Mm-hmm. And the lost souls that try to follow people like me, because I can see and hear them. And I said, no. I just said, no, you really think that I don't have any protection? And I said that right, like to the entity, gone. But it was interesting because he was like, I know this is like, there's like a subculture down there, but it was kind of like they were, how do I describe it? Almost like a vampire. Like they were dressed in all black, and I think he was just lost. And I said a prayer for him and I walked away. But yeah, so there are things down there, by the way, in New Orleans. I went to Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo just for fun, just to see what was out there. And it was fun. It was like, it was interesting as a psychic. And I actually met one of my future guests that's going to be on here who did a palm reading for me, and she was very accurate. Wow. And I don't mind sharing when I find somebody that's accurate. I sat down and I paid her, and I'm always willing to pay. And I sat down in front of her and just looked at her and didn't say a single word. And she looked at me. She goes, you're a psychic. And she goes, you have intuitive ability and you're pretty good, aren't you? And I looked at her and I said, okay, I believe you. Now let's go. And so we shared our stuff, and she's going to be on here. She's a palm reader.
Very cool.
So yeah. So awesome. Now, so that, so some of these predictions, like I said, I asked God, I said a prayer and said, I need more. Somebody give me something to put on YouTube. I had no idea I was going to get predictions. I'm like, okay. So I just repeat what I'm told. My last prediction here that came true was that I predicted there would be Japan would have an earthquake, and it did. So I predicted that. Even Kent was like, you have that. I have it on this list. And he crosses them off as I get them right. So I'm like, hey, it's not me. I want you to understand. I'm not like this super, like my superpower, but I'm just repeating what I'm told.
Wow.
So, okay. So now here's some of them, and there's a lot. And I'm really surprised by how much I was given. I probably could have written for hours, but it was in the middle of the night. So I have a hard time reading my own writing. So, yeah. So here's Pete taking that. He's writing them down. Yep,
I'm going to write these down so that Kent will have them for his board.
Yes, for his board.
Since he's not here today.
Yeah.
So, because he's actually.
So there's another natural disaster happening in Australia. I don't know if it's a volcano. I know or a tsunami. There's something. I would say it's this year within 6 months. I don't want to say it's a fire. There's something else.
So a natural disaster.
It's Australia. Mm-hmm.
In Australia.
Now look at this. Now this is before all these shootings, right? Number 2, the gun ban's going to pass. And I'm talking assault weapons. It will pass. Okay. I don't know. I'm not being political at all. I'm just saying it's going to. Okay. Here's an interesting one. The next president's going to be female, and I predicted that. I say if it's not Kamala Harris, it's going to be another female. Anyway, because it has to be because of the age of Aquarius. High-speed rail throughout the country of the United States by the next president who is female. And we're talking like Chicago to Florida in 4 hours. High-speed rail. We're talking like a very intricate system. Okay.
Okay.
And now remember, I'm just repeating what they say. Medicare for all is going to pass by 2-to-1 margin sometime this year. And I still say that we're good. And if you remember, that was one of my main platforms at the beginning of the year. I said, that's going to pass. Now, you know where I got the original information was from my father-in-law. A lot of people don't understand. I can't really hear my family or anything, but for some reason, I hear and see my father-in-law. Now, he and I were oil and water. Like oil and water. I'm a very strong female. And, anyway. And he came to me last January and said to me last January, before all of this COVID started, he was talking about COVID. I just didn't understand. He kept saying stuff. You and the family are fine. You and the family are safe. You're okay. You're okay. And I kept going, what are you talking about? And he goes, and Medicare for all will pass within a year and a half. And that was in last January. I laughed. I'm like, there's no way. I see it now. It's very possible. So I still say it's a hybrid. There's still going to be people having their own insurance somehow, maybe to supplement. I'm not sure. I don't get all of that. I just know that it's going to go into effect. And yes, it's something that we need at this point. I'm sorry. I know it's being political, but we need it here in the United States. So knowing that I've got followers all over the place. But anyway, here's an interesting thing. Now, most of my stuff was American based. So they're going to be offering the next 3 years or so reparations to the Indians. Some type of reparation. I want to say possibly passing something in the U.S. Constitution offering reparations or verbal reparations. Something. I don't understand that, but I'm just writing down what they told me. Okay.
And you're talking about Native Americans?
Native Americans.
Okay. All right.
Okay. From the riot from January 6th, what I predicted. If you go on my YouTube, I predicted it. Hi, Mary Jane.
Yeah. You're not late. This is a surprise episode.
This is a surprise episode.
Yeah. You're not late. You're right.
You're not late. You're early.
On time as possible.
I'm probably surprising people because, oh my God, you're here. Okay. I predicted the riots. I knew something was wrong. And if you look on my YouTube, around the 5th or 6th, I predicted, and I knew it was going to be the 6th, but I said, that doesn't make sense. So when I went on the video, I put around the 10th, there's going to be stuff that's going to shock the world. Just wait. And I literally put that, and I'm right. Anyway, I predicted this. There's the indictments in the riots from June 6th. There's going to be 45 indictments, federal prison. People are not going to get away with it. The stuff that's gone on, people died. Oh, it was no big deal. People died. I'm not being political. I'm being that this was human life and people should be, yes, Mary Jane goes, yes, you did predict it. Yes. It bothers me that people don't have enough reverence for life. People died. It's not fair. That was somebody's father. That was somebody's dad. That was somebody's husband. It does matter. Okay. All right. Next, they'll be charged with treason. Gas you're not going to like it. And I know it's on its way. And you guys, you have to remember, I live in Wisconsin. My gas prices are like 40 cents cheaper than you. Gas will hit $4 a gallon this summer. Sorry. It's something that I'm like, he told me that. I'm like, Hi, Rose. I know I'm at an odd time. I'm actually taping this and we're going to replay it Saturday morning. So, okay. I remember I told you about the Human Rights Amendment bill. There's going to be the Human Rights Amendment, the right to education, the right to clean water, the right to medical care. It's going to go into the amendments and it's going to be added. Now, when is this? Now, I'm not just saying just this year. That's why I said for 2021 and beyond, within the next couple of years, the Human Rights Amendment, and it will pass. Okay. And I look at all this stuff. And now I remember, like, I got all this information 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Now, what's been in the news? Student debt forgiveness. $50,000 worth of student debt forgiveness is what I've got on here. Before then, now I just heard that he is talking about it to see if he can go to Congress to request it right now as we speak. That Biden is.
Wow.
So so it's kind of like, doesn't look like I made a prediction, but yet I did. Yeah. Here's an interesting one that I remember. I'm just writing what they're telling me, Pete.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is going to run for office and win, but I don't know what. I don't know if it's Senate. I don't know if it's a governor. I don't understand. More, you know what, Mary Jane? You know what? No, you're right. Not surprised. You said more fleecing of the people. You know what? You know what I say? This is a way to get back for them. It being 99 cents a gallon last year. That's what I'm saying. So, okay. Trump is going to run for a small office and win. He's going to try to get control again. And he's going to start by running for something small and getting his way in. I'm trying not to be political, but I am being political.
That's just a prediction. I mean, it's not, you're not sharing political views. I mean, we don't do that on the station, but
No,
you're
we do
just
not.
sharing predictions. So
yeah. Here's an interesting one. Now these are for up to 3 years or more. They can be. Germany's gonna pull ahead the U.S. Ahead of the U.S. for the first time with their gross national product. Interesting, huh? Germany. No, not China. Germany. Here's a good one. And I remember there's just tons of these. And I'm like, I don't know. Laws are passed in the U.S. and will take hold throughout the world about fake media and these people can be prosecuted. That's going to be interesting. How are they going to uphold that? If you're going to be putting something fake on the media, they're going to be prosecuted if it can be proven false. I don't know how they're doing it. This is what I get. Okay.
Cool. What else have we got?
Laws passed to protect religions. I don't know what that means. I wrote it down in the middle of the night.
Huh.
There's some type of laws being passed to protect the religions even more, but I don't understand that.
Huh.
I don't know what that means, but I just wrote it down. Here's an interesting one. Maybe you'll like this. Within the next 2 or 3 years here in the United States, there's going to be 2 or 3 new baseball teams. Hey, this is what I get. I write down anything that I could have written and written. Finally, I was like, it was like an hour. I'm like, I'm done now. Because I'm channeling from the other side. Now, anybody that knows me, and if you've noticed that I made the prediction for Biden would win by the skin of his teeth, and I literally put it on here. And that, who that came from? Sometimes when I read, I'm reading other people's family members come through and give me information also. And I like five different people from the other side, because I'm a medium, said Biden is going to win. So that's why I keep saying, oh yeah, he's going to win. Now, did I ever tell you the story about how I predicted the World Series, the Cubs would win the World Series?
No.
Okay. Way back, remember the year that they almost won, but then the next year they won?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So what was that, 15? 16? 15 and 16.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, I was reading for somebody, and the person from the other side, first I started seeing buildings, and I go, well, this person must live in a large city. But he must have been a huge Cubs fan. And she goes, oh, yeah, you live near Wrigley Field, blah, blah, blah. And the guy from the other side said to me, they're going to win it all. And I'm like, really? So I made the prediction that 15, that they were going to win. Well, they didn't. And I'm like, what's up? I don't get it. They won the next year. Sometimes the time frame is not quite right. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you what you predicted for me when I told you earlier on the show. You hit the time frame dead on as well.
Okay. Oh, good. See, I try. Time is tough. It's fleeting,
So, and Mary Jane Weed says, do the teams that you're talking about, the 2 or 3 new baseball teams, do they have to wear masks on the field? That would be kind of hard, I would think.
I do the teams. I don't. You know what? Everybody says the numbers are going up. I still say that this is going to get, in about 2 to 3 years, COVID's going to be like not around, because it's going to have no place to go. And I'm not just using my common sense. I'm feeling it too. I will tell you guys, honestly, when I took my first Corona shot. And remember, it had only been just 90 days, not even 90 days before I had it. It was like maybe 50, and it was about 80 days maybe. It was not quite 3 months. And I got really sick. I think that's why I'm a little bit worried about taking the other one. But they're telling me from the other side that I'm only going to be sick about a day and a half. So Anyway, and they were right. They told me that I'd only be sick for 2.5 days, and exactly 2.5 days. Like a half a day. Like by the end of the Friday, I felt so much better. So I'm going to go get it. But anyway, back to what I was saying before I was like, oh, Mayor James, I'm teasing. Where was I at? I forgot because I've been distracted.
We just you told me the story about the Cubs winning, but you had just given your prediction for the 2 or 3 new baseball teams in the next 3 years.
Yes.
So whatever comes after that.
Well, I know that, I was going to tell you a story, but it's okay. I'm going to move on. I was going to tell you a story. It's okay. I tell lots of stories. Anyway, there's going to be teacherless classrooms. I don't know how they're going to do it. As a teacher myself, and that's what I do during my day job, there's going to be teacherless classrooms. I don't know how they'll do it, but that was what I was told. So remember that these are just things I'm being told. Okay.
Huh. JD, I couldn't tell you that, and I don't know if Lana could either. I guess that
Will I be a
depends on what
multi-millionaire in the future? Actually, I really think he's going to be, but not multi. Multi is more than 1 million, maybe. And it's JD. Are you investing in real estate? You're supposed to. So, just thought I would point that one out. Okay.
That'd be one way to get there.
Yeah. I just really, I still say the bubble will burst. I still say the housing market, the real estate market's going to have a bubble. They're going to burst a bubble in May or June. I still say something there. I don't know if the insurance, the interest rates are going to go up. I don't know. Something's up, but I still say it's sometime this year for sure.
No.
Okay. Because I've got 3 kids. All 3 of my children are looking for houses right now. And there's nothing. They have been outbid. I have one of my children, 5 times she's been outbid and lost every single bid. So, and she's been living with me now for 3 or 4 years looking for a house and can't find one. So anyway.
So JD says you're awesome.
He says, thank you.
Yeah.
He knew. Yeah, I must have hit it right.
There you go.
Will I hit
the
jackpot with the lottery? No.
No.
Go gamble. Your chances are better. Go to the boat. Sorry, I hate to tell you. 3 to 5 years, Facebook's going to completely fall apart. It'll be like MySpace. It'll be done. And I've already seen it, and I had made my prediction last year that it was going to. I don't know about you guys. I know I'm on Facebook right now, and they probably won't like that, but there's just so much negativity.
Yeah.
If everybody can clean up their act and be a little more positive to each other, maybe, but yeah. Huge shifts in the San Andreas Fault. There's huge shifts in that sand. I don't know what that means completely. I don't know if that's going to cause will cause another tsunami in Indonesia. That's what I wrote. So, and I did predict an earthquake outside of Las Vegas earlier this year, and it happened. And I forget I predict these things, you guys, but some of my followers remind me, oh my God, you did predict that. I just repeat what Leah says, listening to your voice makes me happy. Thank you for being one. And for this is so live. Okay. You know what? If you knew how much I was complaining before I started on air, it's kind of funny, but hey, I told you I got it out of my system.
You did.
I just drove 15 hours too yesterday, so it was probably I'm still a little.
No, yeah. we let Lana we let you vent, and
yes,
Lana just vented and got it all out. We got rid of it, shoved it out the door, and we were good. So.
Well, I do concentrate. I'm going to be teaching this on live. how to lift your vibration to make yourself happy. You can pull yourself out of a depression. I don't care what anybody says. You can do it. And there's just like, and it isn't that hard. You really have to concentrate on it, but you can do it. Mm-hmm. And by the way, month of April is Paranormal Month. I'm having all paranormal people on here as interviews. I'm not doing an interview right now because everything's messed up. But next week, I have a person who's on creepierthings.org. He's on there and he's got pictures of, we think fairies or gnomes, or we don't even know. It's just so cool. I start talking to these people, and there's a large community of paranormal people, like there is metaphysical. Well, I'm doing both. And so that's where a lot of my followers are coming from. Anyway, I'm doing that one. Then I'm doing one for somebody from the 14 Society. Then I'm doing a doppelganger. Now, she was supposed to be today, but see, I can't tape today tomorrow. So it's all messed up. So that's why I have no interview, because, I normally have an interview. Yeah. So, yeah. So, okay.
Emma says so amazing. Emma says it's amazing how strong your connection with your guide is, and Leah agrees. And then Brenda will I find my new soulmate?
Hold on, I'm getting to all that stuff.
Okay, let's hold
off a minute.
Hold questions until about for another 15. Usually, you do that at the last 15 minutes of your show, right? Those kind of things.
Yeah. Yes.
So we got another 15 minutes.
I only got 15 more minutes already.
We got about 19 minutes until we get there.
Okay.
So we're good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that clock's fast.
It is.
Here's an interesting one. Lots of technology advances in the US, like huge advances, like cars. I'll read them more. I just know what I wrote in here. There's going to be a fall of the big businesses in the U.S. as the unions are going to quadruple. It's coming, guys. No offense, but some of those big businesses need to pay. They need to pay their fair share. I'm surprised. I'm sick and tired of them on my back. Me supporting some of these big business tax write-offs and stuff. Sorry, I'm being political again.
Well, you already had some of those hedge funds kind of breathing hard because of everything that happened in the stock market and the day traders and everything that came together, and the game traders and such.
We're realizing we have much more power than we think we do, and I think that's something that's coming, and it's part of the age of Aquarius. You have to understand that a lot of this stuff, it coordinates right with it. Like I said, the next president's a woman. Has to be a woman, because that's women will be in power. That's part of the age of Aquarius. So, okay. The next Australian prime minister is also going to be a woman. Don't know why I got so much for Australia, but Australia people out there, and I have a lot of followers that are Australian. Matter of fact, I just talked to one the other day. I got a lot of stuff for Australia. So.
Okay.
Now this is an interesting one, because I was in New Orleans, and if you know much about New Orleans still hasn't completely recovered from Katrina. I mean, it's so much better. I was down there 5 years ago, and there was still, it would look terrible, but it's recovered a lot. A lot of new houses. Is a lot neater, but there's still a lot of homeless people under bridges. I mean, and we're talking a lot. And I do say that the homeless rate in the United States declines in 8 years, like massively declines. I don't know why, and that's a good thing. I feel like we're gonna be helpful. I feel like we're getting our act together a little bit more. I'm not so dog eat dogs. Remember I told you about unions? Unions increased by, and I've got the thing 8,000%. I wonder if that was 800%. I was writing in the middle of the night, right? Remember? Okay.
So unions increased by 800%. You're thinking? Is that
I have 8,000%, but it's more like, I would say 800. I don't know what I wrote. I wrote 8,000%. So I might have meant 800%. Insulin becomes free, completely free. And we're looking at, some of these are not just 2021. We're looking at 2023, 2024. That's an important thing for people. The insulin will become free. Mary Jane, I agree that she puts the big businesses need to cough up and fall into and pay for what things that they're putting people through. You guys don't realize, we are realizing that we have to come together. We have to come together. And that's what we're realizing. Laws, here's another thing that have to do with the internet. Laws are passed to restrict internet porn, stuff like that, bad stuff on the internet. I'm telling you that went with one of my other predictions earlier. But I'm telling you, there's stuff all collectively, we've all getting together to pass this and to uphold this. Okay?
Okay.
There's going to be, I know this is bad or good, I'm not passing judgment. There's like a one world coalition. And it has to do with the internet. I don't know if there's everybody from around the world are going to make a committee to decide what, it's bad and it's good. It's freedom of press, but it's, what I'm saying, just writing it down what's going on. So try not to pass judgment. Yeah, insulin should already be, Mary Jane writes, insulin should already be free.
Yeah.
And yes, I agree. No one should suffer. That this is ridiculous. I have high-speed rail. Yep,
we got that.
Bitcoin, I didn't know. I guess Bitcoin is getting really hot. Like about 2 years ago, my husband said I sat up in the middle of the night and I said, Bitcoin, in the middle before any of this took off. And I should have been listening to myself, I guess. But I didn't understand. I still say it's not a bad investment right now. Bitcoin. I don't know if a lot of people, you guys know, I've got about 5 or 6 people that call me that are in the internet, that are on day trading, and they've been asking for advice. Now, believe it or not, I do it. It isn't going to work for me because I'm reading, but I have been giving them advice and they said I've been on. And so they're not getting rich, but they're not losing money either. And they're moving stuff around. And I'll say, well, I think you're supposed to do this. And they'll be like, okay. And they are doing pretty well, like making money, like a living at it. So I just, yeah. Okay. They're going to break the dark web in the next 5 years. They will break the dark web. I don't know. Like I said, there's a coalition that's going to be formed. And we're all coming together for the betterment of the whole human race. The dark web is going to be. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that one, because I just repeat what they tell me. So, all right. And we're going to also find out that dark web, that high government officials from all over the world are going to be involved with it. It's going to be like, you're going to find like people in very high places are actually the people that are doing the dark web.
And that wouldn't really surprise me.
I know.
Yeah. I would actually really kind of expect that.
Yes. I get some good stuff and then I have some bad stuff. So it's a mix. I just write down what they tell me. So lead and mercury are going to decrease in the ocean, which is a good thing, which is wonderful. Now, here's an interesting one that I don't, like I said, some of these are more than just the couple years out. But I still say three to usually my predictions are like up to 3 years.
Okay.
They're going to discover what causes autism and solve it in pregnancy. So I just repeat what they were. Okay. I don't know what I meant. Pop will approach 9 bill before it falls. I don't know what that means.
Pop?
I have pop.
P-O-P? I don't know.
9 bill.
Soda?
Before. Yeah. Remember, I was writing this in the middle of the night, you guys.
Yeah.
Major asteroid hitting Earth, causing a spin change. Now, I don't know when that's going to happen, and we're not talking so dramatic that's going to kill us all, but there's going to be something that causes a change. At least that's what they told me. That it's not the end of the world. No, that's not it. But it's going to cause a degree. I don't know. It's like maybe a degree change, kind of like when because there's the Earth's spin has changed by 2 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay,
yeah. And that itself could change so many things.
Yes. I know.
Yeah.
So here's another one. I have most of my predictions are for the US because I'm American. So like I said, for some reason I got a lot of Australia. My first predictions in January have quite a bit of UK. So because you know what, people are asking me from the UK, can you do UK predictions? So I was concentrating. I don't know a lot about their politics, but I know some.
Yeah.
And so because I very much keep up with US politics, by the way. I try not to pass my judgment, but I think you probably can tell how I sway. Anyway, U.S. will increase the quality of life and gain ground as one of the top 10 places to live in the world in the next decade. We used to be a great place. Right now, we're just going through some crap. We got to get cleared up, right? Okay, these are predictions from my kids. A lot of predictions. Like I was told what my daughter is going to do, my granddaughter is going to do for a living, what my other granddaughter is going to do for a living.
Wow.
How many kids are going to be. It was just interesting. I was like, and I'm writing as fast as I can. So this is the most interesting thing of all. And I saved it for the last because I'm going to be taking readings soon. So yeah, Mary J says, buy land now. Yes. It's been frustrating because I've been trying to possibly co-sign for one of my kids. And every time we go, the prices are higher. And I really told them to just wait because I still feel like there's going to be a bubble bursting. I still feel it. Anyway.
I'm kind of with you on that, not only just because of history and what history tells us, not a psychic inclination, but just because of what history tells us. And it's about time for that real estate and land bubble to come.
Yes. That's why I'm like being careful of any, like my house. I have a farm. I have 4.5 acres. You guys know that I run a farm. That's like, and I run I sell hostas and I have a greenhouse also. Anyway, it's doubled. It's more than doubled in price.
Wow.
And more than doubled. And when you're already talking, we're talking like $500,000, right? You know what I mean? And it's like, that's crazy because we didn't even pay a third of that, and I'm like, okay, but yeah. Anyway, this is the biggest one. They're going to capture a Bigfoot. They're going to do something with that. I don't know if they're going to capture one. I don't know if they're going to have evidence of one. And I know that CBS News had this on, but I mean, really, this is my biggest prediction. And I've said it before, and I'm waiting it till the end. In May, something metaphysical or paranormal is going to surprise the world. But I don't understand. I don't know if there's a UFO. I don't understand it. I just know that that's what they have been telling me.
So in May of this year?
May of this year sometime odd, paranormal, something is going to be like, really? Yeah, I don't understand. I just know there's something metaphysical paranormal. I don't know if they've proven they get on Mars and proven, yes, people have lived there. I mean, there's something that's big, and I don't completely understand it.
Huh.
But I was going to put that on my YouTube as an individual video, but I put it on here instead. So
well, that's cool. There you go. I know someone who has said of Bigfoot, the species, is that it actually exists. The only reason we encounter is because it actually exists on a different plane, and sometimes there are shifts in the planes of reality, and that's why when people go hunting, you're not necessarily ever going to catch it on purpose unless you're right time, right place, because it's all about the shifts in the reality planes. And we just get little glimpses, and they're just as surprised to see us as we are to see them.
Well, I know that Native Americans believe in Bigfoot, like it's part of their religion, because I always kind of wondered, it was just so intricately woven. Anybody that knows me, that's why I've got metaphysical meandering starts with a Native American lute, because I live on soil when I've got 9 mountains around me, like within a mile of me. And sorry, guys.
Oh, there we go.
There. Anyway, it's my phone. Yeah, I'm a Beatles fan. Anyway, they believe that Bigfoot exists, he's real, and he's helpful. And it all came from the fact that traditionally a tribe was dying of an illness, and Bigfoot, Sasquatch, a group of them came and told them how to get rid of it by using herbs and medicines. And they brought that to them and showed them how to take better care of themselves herbally and naturally. And it did work. So that is where traditionally Native Americans believe in Bigfoot, and they consider him the keeper of the forest, the guardian of the forest. And they don't even doubt that he exists, that it exists. They exist. Okay. So just a thought. So
That's cool.
Okay.
Well, as we're getting very close to when
See,
you go
Leah says I also have gotten
Yeah.
something big about May too. See?
Yeah, she did. And then she says 511
Okay.
is what she keeps hearing. And then Mary Jane says going to be an exciting spring and summer.
Yeah, and I all did predict a very wet spring. Now, down south, as I was driving, they're completely flooded out. And I mean unusually, and I know we have a wet spring, but I mean wet. And so, yeah, I was driving through Cairo, Illinois, and it's just underwater. The Ohio and the Mississippi meet there, and it was bad.
Wow.
It was really bad, yeah. So.
True Blue says good morning.
Hi, True Blue.
Mary Jane says, yes, they are real.
Yes, the Bigfoots are real. I don't, I feel they're tulpas too, that we've also, it's a combination of all that. And if you don't know what a tulpa is, it's because we believe it exists, it does.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So anyway.
So I will share with you as you're going into when you start taking questions. You took my question a number of weeks ago. Actually, it was in mid-February. Okay. My wife was dying for a new puppy.
Oh.
And because we've already got 4 dogs, this would be a 5th.
Okay.
And 2 of them are getting very old, and they were trained by a boxer that we had from, and so she wanted those 2 to train a new dog.
Okay.
So that there's a little bit of him left, traits and things like that, because, they
exactly.
He raised, we have them all from puppies. He raised them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you, is now, because she thought she found one that she really liked. And I said, I asked you on YouTube, is now a good time to get a new puppy? And you said, and what I wanted to hear was, oh no, you don't need any more new animals. You don't need, because I wanted to hear a flat, no, you're not getting a new animal, nothing. But what you said was, no, not right now, because the one that's coming to you, you said this very specifically, is not going to be ready until right around the end of March, first part of April. Mm-hmm. So last week, Friday, which was the end of March, she went to Hobart to pick up a brand new boxer puppy who was 6 weeks old. Okay. He was ready for a new home.
Okay.
She brought him home. He's been with us for a week now. He's now 7 weeks old. And you hit that nail on the head. And you said, this is going to be the dog for you because it will be like it was before. So she had a boxer. We had a boxer that she absolutely loved. He was just part of the family, grew up with the kids. Mm-hmm. He passed away. He was 10 years old. Mm-hmm. He had a stroke mid-bounce, actually. He was a bouncer. Oh. But this one was ready and came exactly when you said it was going to come, even though I didn't want any more new animals. But you hit it dead on. Okay. And so congratulations. Now, who's got questions? We could go back up here and get this one that
I should be putting out there. By the way, I have a golden retriever male that's a year old, and he's show quality. I ended up getting a really good dog, and I'm looking for a female.
Huh?
And I have to breed to, because what I'll breed, keep a puppy, and then trade that puppy in and get another puppy. And anybody who has golden retrievers, I say I'm a golden retriever aficionado. Golden retrievers and collies. There you go. I've got one of each. So not a big, there's been times I've had up to 4 and 5 dogs too, but right now I just have the 2. But I'm looking something to breed my dog to. He's gorgeous.
So Brenda's got a question for you that we started real early up here.
Yes.
Which was, will I find my new soulmate this year? My husband passed 3 years ago.
You're going to find somebody that you're going to want to spend time with. That's going to work, like going out for places. I don't feel like you guys will ever like move in together or anything, but it's somebody that you're going to get really close with, and he's more of a friend than anything. And I feel like your husband is sending this person to you. Did your husband have dark hair? It was kind of graying, kind of salt and peppery, mostly dark, but just like a little bit of gray here and there, parted on the side. So I think that's him. And he's telling me to tell you that he's trying to send you somebody. You have to remember, on the other side, nobody's jealous. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, why would you be at that point? JD says, my dad got his second COVID shot over the weekend.
You know what? I'm on my Facebook. They can't hear you. My Facebook people can't hear you.
Oh no, they probably wouldn't, because we're only streaming through our Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And your YouTube and our YouTube.
You know what? Then what I'll do is I will post this Facebook from here from 216 the net to me. That's what we'll do. We'll replay this. Yeah. Christina. Thank you for telling me, though. I didn't realize it. We still don't have this whole thing down yet, Yeah.
So JD on this side of things says his dad got his COVID shot over the weekend. He has a really bad cold today. Did he contract virus or just effect of the shot?
No, he had a cold already. He'll be fine. Already. Give him about 3 to 4 days. He'll be fine. It's more of he had a head cold already started. And no, it's not COVID though. No. Okay.
Okay. And then Mary Jane down at the bottom here, a brand new comment. Do you have anybody who needs a response from you on your Facebook?
Yes, I do have somebody.
Why don't you go ahead and catch a couple of those and we can come back.
My husband's employment is starting negotiations for a new contract. Will this be similar to his last one, or will it go last time, or will it go smoothly? Will he soon be able to retire? I want to say, Lori, within 3 years he can retire, because it's what it feels like. It's about 58. I don't know what that means. Anyway, will it go well? There'll be a couple of ups and downs, and you'll be like, but after that, it'll settle down. Okay? All right? So go ahead. What do we got?
We have Mary Jane asks, Lana, is there anything I can do to help my husband go through the current changes in his cognitive issues?
Okay, this is me talking, not from I'm not channeling. Remember that soul is still there. That soul is completely cognizant of everything you say and do. They know. And actually, what I do is, when I have dealt with Alzheimer's patients and I've dealt with children with autism, where they are communicating, their souls can step out of their body and they can completely talk to you in a normal way. So as the Alzheimer's starts to ravage their body, they can still communicate, and they know exactly what's going on. Don't think that none of them do. Don't think that if your mom's there, she doesn't know I'm here. No, they do. They do know you're there. I just want to make sure that's completely clear to everybody. That even in a coma, people know you're there. I've actually communicated with people in comas. They give me information because they're able to step out of their bodies, kind of like a spirit can. I don't know how it works. I just know that they can. So, okay.
Do you have any more on your side there?
Yeah, I do. Hold on here. Sorry that you can't hear my announcer. I will replay this and retape this for my Facebook. I didn't know. It never occurred to me because I don't do this often. So, okay. My husband, okay, we got that. Will I hit the blue diamond with my company this year? Okay, what does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. You will do well this year. You are going to do extremely well, but well. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's a level you're supposed to get. I'm not sure what that means, Brandy. But you will do well. Okay? And remember, I did make a prediction, by the way, that that we would start a recession, but we really wouldn't be that bad. Yeah. They created almost 1 million jobs last month.
Yeah.
So anybody that said, I'm telling you that it's not going to be a recession you think.
There's really no, even if you feel underemployed, there's really no reason to be unemployed at
No,
this time.
no, it's at, they dropped to 6%, but nobody's making a big deal about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, and it did. And
Yeah.
I told them that. Now, I said there would be a combination. I did
Yeah.
say that earlier in the month. Like, look at the gas prices. They're still going up, but we're all working, so
You did.
it's okay. They're just trying to, like, they're just kind of take advantage of us, these companies.
You've got another one over here that says, this is from Wendy, will I ever recover from 50 years of chronic fatigue? It is getting worse, it seems.
I want to say, which person was this?
This is Wendy Munson.
Wendy, I want to say you have something genetic. There is a genetic component to what is wrong. And I want to say you need to completely cleanse your body of caffeine, everything. And I know that might not, it'll level you off. There's some type of almost like a reaction to certain things that your body takes in. I don't understand what it is, what kind of disorder it is, but it's something genetic. It's not you. You're not making it up. You're not, don't let anybody tell you that it's all in your head. This is genetic. Okay? That's all I can pick up. But they're telling me to cut free of anything that's not 100% organic. Like anything that's dyed, anything, cut free from that. They said it will help. Okay?
Okay. Do you have more on that side over there?
Yes. She goes up a level. Yes. Because we were talking with that blue diamond. I think so, yes. It's not until October, though, or so. Okay? All right. Let's see. Any other questions?
Oh, we've got tons over here.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, you got Leah. Leah Carr says, Lana, can you pick up any messages for me from my ancestors and or spirit guides?
Leah, what I get is that you don't believe in yourself enough. You want to do something really bad and you're scared to death to do it. I don't know if it's a business. It feels like that. There's something that you've always wanted for a long time. You're scared and doubting yourself, and you need to stop that. Okay? That's what I got.
Okay.
All right.
And if you need more from this side,
Dawn.
Dawn
Oh, hi,
Jennings. Yeah, my daughter has been hospitalized 3 times in 2 weeks. Do you have insight as to what it is? Wow.
Is there something to do with her liver or kidney? I feel like there's some type of, it's not a poisoning, but it's like something that's just really screwed those up. Like, and I don't want to say it's medicine. It's something else. I want to say it's metal or something. Okay. It's something that she's ingested that's this really got everything just, is it something to do with her kidneys or something like that? Because it feels like it's something like that's just, that's causing some real severe problems in organs. Okay. Get back to me, Dawn. Okay.
Leah says, thank
him
you.
To step out so we can communicate. Okay. All right, Mary Jane.
And Wendy says, true. I have started that. Bless you. And Rose 2000. Hi, Lana. Do you have any messages for me?
I don't know what this means. Yes, go ahead and do it. I don't know what that means, but you do. You probably do. You're thinking of something. I want to say, is it relationship? I want to say, is there a relationship? Like maybe you're considering to like seeing somebody again or letting somebody back in your life again or something. Feels like a relationship type issue. So, okay.
Then Emma says, I have been due to move into my new flat for a while, but due to COVID, I keep delaying it so I can see more of family. Do you see me being happy there? I keep worrying and need to stop.
Brenda, which person? Emma?
Emma, that's Emma.
I still quit. Okay. If you're going to do it because I don't see you right now moving in for like 3 or 4 more months and you just keep delaying it. I don't feel like you'll be there long. That's what I'm picking up. I feel like is it far away from your family and friends or something? It just does. I don't think you'll be there that long. I think you'll something better or something you'll want to find a better have a better, quote unquote, situation. I don't know what that means. So you do. So remember, I'm channeling for you. So, okay.
And earlier, Brenda, you had talked to her. She said, yes, my hubby had dark hair with a little gray on the sides and part in the side.
Okay.
I miss him so much. Will I meet him in my state or another?
Brenda, you're getting a lot of help from that guy. He is giving you he is acting as one of your guides. He has been trying to put situations. I know this might be a little personal. I don't like to do. I want to say your finances haven't been so stable, like they've been up all over the place a little bit, and he's trying to help you stabilize. So when something lays right in front of you, do not turn it down. It's from him. Okay, I feel like he's trying to help you a lot, and he does act as a guide. That's why I saw him. Okay.
Wow.
They're saying it's not detectable. I really say there's some type of mild poisoning, Dawn, that's hit her organs. I don't feel like she's going to die. I don't feel like any of that. But there's something that you need to back up and really, really watch and see what's going on. Because I would say if you were to back up maybe 3 to 4 weeks, you will find out what has happened. And you will find it. And you will be able to clear it up. Okay? We were thinking MS. Well, I'm going to tell you something about MS. 90% of all these people who have MS, they're poisoned. They've been poisoned. They're heavy metals, food additives. I don't care. How come MS is you never heard of MS in the 60s and 70s much, did you?
No.
Why? Because in the 80s, it's called something called Roundup that's been put in our wheat. That's what's causing people to have wheat allergies. It's a gluten intolerance. It isn't because we are suddenly gluten intolerant after 5,000 years. We are gluten intolerant because they literally spray it on wheat to harvest it.
Huh.
So anybody that doesn't believe that, do your searching. Don't. And I mean, I'm big into organics, not just because I'm a psychic, but I'm very passionate. I have a farm. I've watched them spray. So don't and watch them across my road, hysterical because I don't want any of that spray near me. And I still say that causes autism. That's what's going on with it. There's so many additives in our food. That's sad. Okay.
Sarah asks, says, good morning. And do you have any messages for her? Sarah Harold.
Where are we at? Sarah.
We're right here.
Sarah, are you having a problem with a neighbor? If so, I'm just repeating what they say. They said that it's going to blow over in a couple of months. Be patient. I don't know what that means, but tell me if that was right, because they tell me something about a neighbor or somebody near you, close to you. Yeah, I don't know what that means. So, okay. All right.
The Mind's Underworld. Will I get a promotion in my job this year?
Will you get a promotion? Do you mean a pay increase? Because you're going to get a pay increase. Or do you want a different job? You have to be more specific, because I feel like there's a definite increase in pay, but I don't know if there's an actual job change. Okay.
And True Blue asks, will her financial situation improve over the next few months?
It's going to take a little longer. Yes, it's going to take a little longer than you would like it to. But I would say by the end of the year, you were going to look much, much better. Okay. Oh, hi, Courtney. Hi from Texas. Okay. All right, hold on here. I've got some questions on my Facebook. I'm going to replay this because you can't hear my producer. And it never occurred to me, my Facebook followers. Sorry for that. I'm going to take, these are the last ones. So, okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, me and my mom buy a house and she has her eye on. There's something better, Carrie. there's a better one coming, and it's really soon. It's white. If this one's white, but I think it's something better. Okay. So it feels like, all right. Oh yeah. Okay. Good enough. Okay. The Mind's Underworld. So good enough. Okay.
Good enough. Yeah.
V Fitzpatrick, Liz. Okay. Ashley. Okay. I think she's sharing. Blessings.
Oh, this is Madhu
from Sri Lanka.
Yeah, from Sri Lanka.
Do I get financially stable? No, it's going to take you about 3. But yes, you will. True Blue says, thank you. No problem. Okay. Is that about it? Yep, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. And we're actually at the bottom of the end of the hour here. So this was a great. I mean, you got a page and a quarter of predictions here. You've taken a lot of questions here right toward the end of the show. So thank you, Lana, so much again for doing this today, impromptu. I know for you. Really, really appreciate your help. I know Kent will be back late tomorrow, and I have to go do some stuff for the McHenry Chamber and the United Way tomorrow morning. So I really, really appreciate your flexibility in doing this. And everybody watch for Lana's replay. And I keep calling you Lana and you're Lana.
I didn't say
sorry
anything.
you didn't.
Nice.
You were. And I caught myself. Lana.
It's okay. Hey, Lana, tomato, whatever.
And everybody says, thank you so much for being here today.
When will I be live on YouTube? Every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's the traditional time.
It's my traditional time. This is a little bit different time right now.
Just a little. She's helping us.
I met some new people.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
A lot of new. So that's really cool.
I'm wondering how many I'll get because I usually get about 500,000 watchers. So we'll see what I get because I'm on a different day. But I will be playing this again at 9:30 a.m. Central tomorrow morning. So it'll be playing, and I probably be on there answering questions. So just remember that.
Yeah. So join her tomorrow and watch with her and replay and ask your questions again. Everybody, thank you so much, and we'll be back next time. Take care.